Hi, welcome back to Death Before Booze. This is our true crime paranormal podcast. Oh, I dropped my crystal. I'm Sam.
I'm Jen.
Hi, Jen.
Hi, Sam.
And I don't believe we have any housekeeping.
Nope.
So I guess Jen's just going to tell us a horrible tale about somebody dying.
Yeah. Probably.
And they probably have like 17 kids. And,
No. We didn't. No. It's not always 17 kids.
No, you're right. It's usually 13 kids. What's our topic for today? That would be good if we told people the topic.
Our topic is This is Cray.
This is Cray.
As the kids say. I don't know what the kids say.
Skibbity toilet, which I still don't understand what that means.
It's just look it up on don't look it up. It's on YouTube. It's a video. It's stupid. It's turned into a whole thing. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. It's brain rot. But it's worse than like reality show brain rot.
Oh my God, do not make fun of my Below Deck. I love my reality TV.
I'm just saying
rot.
It's worse than that. So.
No, there's nothing wrong with that. That's what I'm saying. You watch your Below Deck.
All right, so I'm going to tell you the bizarre case of Carrie Farver.
Okay.
So, Carrie, 37, she was a single mom. Her son is in high school, and she's working as a computer programmer in Omaha in 2012. Sorry.
I was like, damn, this is like new.
Not yet, no. She had bipolar, but she was in a good place in managing it.
Good.
So, on medication, doing all the things she needed to do.
Like we always say, your mental issue or your mental whatever is not your fault, but it is your responsibility.
Yes.
Yep.
She met this guy named Dave Krupa, who was an owner of a repair shop, and the two casually started seeing each other.
That's fun.
Everything seemed well and good. And now casually meaning that Dave's kind of seeing other people, but sort of not. They're not really looking for a relationship. It's more like a, let's go out, have a good time, sleep together, we're all good. And they had the understanding. That's what their relationship was at this point. So, one of these other women, her name was Shayna Liz Gloyer, and actually the two women happened to pass each other in his apartment complex at one point. I don't think Carrie knew who she was. Kind of unclear, but it's kind of like one of those, like, you know, if you have an understanding that this is your casual relationship and no one's going to get hurt, that's fine.
That everybody needs to be consenting adults. So
that's what this was. Dave lived close to Carrie's office. So November 12th, 2012. Sorry, I'm dyslexic. I'm like looking at the screen like blah, blah, blah.
Just like that.
So.
Just like that. That's how it's going to be. Okay, cool.
So November 12th, 2012, Carrie had a long day at the office. She had a lot of long meetings. So Dave, being close to the apartment or to her work, was like, hey, do you want to stay overnight at my place? This way you don't have to worry about going home. Wonderful.
Love that.
So Carrie stayed at his place. Perfect. The next day, Dave leaves for work before Carrie.
Okay.
But she's going to lock up everything else and whatever. Later on in the day, Dave received a text message from Carrie saying she wanted to move in together. She thinks it's time for them to do that. This was really odd because he was like, we've only been seeing each other for 2 weeks and that's not what either of us talked about. So he responded, I don't think that's a good idea right now.
Yeah, no.
To which Carrie responded in an angry slew of texts, which is unlike who he was with the night before. So just seemed very odd.
Okay. Really fucking weird.
Yeah. And the text just kept coming. Like every few hours, he'd just get angry texts from her, but then texts that weren't so angry and were more like on the loving side.
What?
It really did seem like it's just kind of, and he's like, I have no idea what happened because I've known her for two weeks. This isn't like her, whatever.
Yeah, I've known her for a second.
Yeah, so like what? So Carrie's mom also received a text from her saying she found a new job in Kansas and she was just gonna go. No. Which is weird.
No.
Because she has a high school son. But her mom was like, what the fuck? So she's trying to call her and Carrie never answered the phone. So mom started to get worried because, again, she's bipolar. She has a past with depression.
I'm worried.
And she thought if she's off her meds, this could be in crisis. So she contacted the police and was like, hey, whatever. And then a few days later, November 16th, there was a family wedding and Carrie didn't show up.
No.
So this is when mom reported her missing because she's like, this is absolutely not like her.
No. We would not miss a wedding. There's an open bar.
No.
Even on my meds, I know that. even off my meds, I know that. We don't miss a family wedding. There's an open bar. I'm there.
Agreed. This was not taken with urgency by the police because she was still using her phone.
Yeah.
She was still texting. And yes, she had a history with mental health, and they felt it wasn't really abnormal for someone with bipolar to make impulsive decisions.
Yeah, I don't like that. Yeah. This sounds like that other case you did. Like, I'm getting, like, real hard vibes where the chick, like, burned the guy's house down or something. Do you remember that? It was a long time ago. Okay, keep going.
I don't know. This was frustrating for the family because they're like, okay, but at the same time, this is not normal her. So while the police are like, meh, they're still like, there's something not right here. Meanwhile, Dave, the, casual sex partner, was getting texts from her. Some seemed really desperate, where we belong together, and others seemed really stalker-ish. Like, I see you, I know you're sitting in your chair.
I like your blue shirt, cute green underoos.
Exactly.
Love that you're having Kraft macaroni and cheese right now.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Liz, who was another woman that Dave was still kind of casually dating on and off, said she was also getting these threatening text messages from Carrie.
How did Carrie get her number?
That we don't know. So she was trying to... So actually that got Liz and Dave to become closer because they were like, hey, did you get an email from this crazy bitch? Yeah. Did you? Yeah. So, like, it's very weird. Not only were there texts, but there were emails as well. And both would receive these threatening emails at all times. Like, there would be times when, like, the two of them are hanging out, Dave's phone would bing, and then, like, an hour later, Liz's phone would bing, or at the same time, they'd get the same message.
Magically.
So even, I think I see your face, but you have to let me get there, because I think you figured it out. But so, Dave changes his number numerous times. Meanwhile, Carrie still figures it out and still harasses him.
Wow, that Carrie, she's really good at this, huh?
So, when she went, Liz called Dave and told him her garage door was vandalized. And the graffiti read, "Whore," from Dave. Like he was the one who wrote it.
Wait, I'm sorry. Let me get I'm gonna drive my little ass over to your house and vandalize your shit. And then be like,
right.
Heart, love you, Dave.
Hi.
Like, hi.
Love you.
Let me tag this with my name. Like, how fucking stupid am I?
So they filed a police report. They said they know who it is. They know it's Carrie, whatever.
Yeah.
Despite these angry texts, no one's actually seen Carrie in person. They kind of are just, she's just blowing up their phones and their emails and all that. Okay, so time goes by. January 2013, Dave called the police to say he saw Carrie's parked car near his apartment. So they discovered the vehicle, they lifted a fingerprint from inside, but the match wasn't in their databases. So, back to square one.
That sucks.
In the meantime, Carrie's son Max finds mom on Facebook, and he messages her. Because he's like, it's kind of weird that you left. Kind of stupid and, whatever. So he messages her. His mom would respond to his messages, but when he asked her questions like, what's my middle name? What's our dog's name? The account stopped replying to him.
Ew, it's like one of those bots. Remember back in like the early aughts
Yes.
when you were bored, you'd be like, tell me a joke, like how you do it
Tell me a
Siri
joke.
now, and it would be like, blah, blah, blah. You'd be like, you bitch. You'd be like, that's not nice.
Yeah, it'd be like, I don't understand what you're saying.
Yeah, I
And
think
you're
I
like,
want
yeah.
you to stop the conversation now.
Yeah. So more messages from Carrie continued and even went to Dave's ex-girlfriend, Amy, the mother of his children.
No.
Yeah, so now we're getting family involved. His auto shop was also vandalized. And while he had a romantic partner over, someone had tried to break into his apartment and then threw a brick through the window. So this whole obsession is getting a little deep.
Yeah.
Also, it seemed that she was kind of obsessed with freaking out Liz too, because Carrie had texted Dave a picture of a woman tied up and threatened to kill Liz. Thankfully, the picture was not of Liz. It was just a random, like, whatever photo. But also, Carrie sent a link to a fake obituary of Liz's.
No, that's
What is
too much. Like,
This
you're
is too
doing
much.
too much. Do less.
And then things took a really big turn. So this is when, in August 2013, Liz's house burned to the ground, killing her pets inside.
No.
Now, Liz wasn't home.
No.
Once the fire was out, it was determined it was arson, and immediately Liz was like, it's got to be Carrie, because who else hates me this much?
Bitch.
So for 2 years, people believed Carrie was an unhinged, jealous person who now has resulted to violence, despite really her only communicating through digital messages.
Yeah.
And now she went up to arson. So now she's actually like criminally like getting violent. So the detectives were like, okay, this is a little weird. So it took them a while, but in 2015, the detectives started looking a little bit closer into this, and they noticed Liz was popping up a lot in all these incidents. Because Carrie and Liz hadn't met ever.
Well, you said they
Other than
passed
that
in the
one
hallway
time
or something.
in passing. They passed
And
in the
how would
hallway
she
one
know
time.
if like had
Who that was,
Yeah.
unless you're like, who was that bitch? You're all
That's
casually
what
dating.
I would do. I mean,
Yeah.
I get it, but like, yeah, how the fuck? I don't know.
So to them, it was really odd that Carrie was kind of directing all of her hatred onto Liz when they really hadn't even had a conversation.
Yeah, that does seem.
So they started to think something happened to Carrie, and someone was working hard to give the illusion that she was alive and a nutcase. So,
It's really rude.
yeah.
It is.
So back in 2013, Liz and Dave had both given their phone data to police. And it just kind of went in a folder and wasn't really touched because they were like, hey, this bitch is crazy. Check out all these text messages. Check out all these emails. So the police after this went back in. And a digital forensic expert, which I think is so cool that you're a digital forensic expert, like going through all this data.
I would love that job.
You're right.
I think I'd be good.
Like
at
you're
it.
just
I don't have to talk to
you're kind of
anybody.
just putting
hang out.
no, and that's the best part. And
Yeah.
you're looking at stuff and you're kind of putting puzzles together. That'd be great. I love that.
Yeah, you get to like read people's shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And be like, there's a lot of tea in this one.
Yeah. Dumbass. Could you imagine, Jen? I gotta tell you this story about this fucking idiot. What he did. Come here. What's gonna be on Patreon now? Shit.
So he looked through some data and he found
Okay.
Liz had photos of Carrie's car a month before it was discovered. So she knew where it was before Dave called to say it was there. Weird.
That's weird.
And they also ran the fingerprint found.
Ooh. Okay. There it is.
And it matched Liz.
Get the fuck
So that's weird.
out. No.
So to them, it became obvious that Liz was impersonating Carrie, and they started to go back through this crazy web. The photo of a tied-up woman had come from Liz's phone, so it wasn't Carrie sending it to or to Dave. It came from her phone. So she took a picture of it, sent it to this Carrie's address, sent it to Dave. Surveillance footage was tied back to Liz's IP address.
Dumbass.
Liz even used software to mask her IP, but also was able to schedule messages. So the emails going off together, like, oh my God, we're both getting emailed at the same time. They were scheduled to go off at the same time.
Do it all the time.
So for 3 years, she sent 15...
3 years? 1, 2, 3?
Yes.
1, 2, 3 years.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3.
What the fuck?
And nobody looked into this because, well, she still has her phone. She's still doing everything. So for 3 years, she sent 15,000 emails and 50,000 texts as Carrie.
In sales as just Carrie. I don't even think I send out that much shit in a year. Are you fucking in 3 years?
Right.
Holy shit.
That's a lot.
I'm out. Fuck that guy.
So when investigators then they were like, okay, we don't know where, but we think Carrie was murdered on the very first day that the text started coming in. In 2012, here we are 3 years later.
I am shook.
So,
I hate
in
this
December of 2015,
Okay.
Liz would try to throw them off her trail. Again. But just wait for it, because this one's really good.
Oh my God, Mr. Police Officer. I keep getting these text messages. Hold on. Oh no, I got another one.
She sent me this really bad picture, too.
Yeah, look at this horrible picture that she took of me.
Oh,
and it's like her Snapchat photo. Do you see this?
She called 911 because she was shot in the leg by Dave's ex-girlfriend Amy, who had ambushed her in the park that night.
Wait. Pause. Okay. So for 3 years, this bitch is stalked by Carrie, and now magically I'm sure she's not running. She's like fucking power walking through the park in the nighttime. Who the fuck does that? And gets shot in the leg by a different ex-girlfriend?
Yes.
Is this one of those moments where like she was going to shoot Amy herself and like put the gun in her like pants holster and like it went off? You know what I mean?
See,
fucking idiot.
Yes, but Amy had an alibi. She was nowhere even close. They don't live near each other.
God, I fucking can't.
So the injury also didn't match the story that they were getting. So the police were like, okay.
Tell me again how you shot how Amy shot you.
So they kind of did exactly that. They were like, all right, we gotta get her to tell us stuff, but we know that there's something off. So
yeah,
the police convinced her. Yeah, the police convinced her to let them use her phone again to check and see about Amy's harassment, which she said, "Oh yeah, of course you're gonna want to see this."
Let me log into your AOL account. Yahoo. Yeah.
You're gonna definitely.
I'm gonna go into the sent and look. Here's all the emails I sent to my fucking self and said, "Love, Amy." Oh no, my car has been defaced. Love, Amy. I fucking can't. Somebody burned up my yard. It says, "Love, Daniel." What the fuck was his name? David.
Yeah.
Oh my God, David.
They found 20 to 30 variations of emails with Carrie's name and the app that allowed you to schedule messages to pop up.
She's fucking Canva. She's in her Google account scheduling fucking email.
Right? She's in Canva scheduling.
She got a Salesforce account just so she can fucking send emails when she wanted to. I'm a fucking idiot.
I love that.
I can't. Okay.
Oh. So the police were like, all right. So they still convinced her, oh no, we totally believe you.
Oh yeah, no.
Frank, we need your help.
Signed your garage door open. I don't keep calling him Frank. David.
Yeah.
David definitely did it.
It doesn't matter.
Dear David, fuck off.
We need your help to incriminate Amy more. Now, the whole time, obviously, they knew that Liz was just going to continue to incriminate herself. But they were like, okay. Liz started to forward the emails that she received from Amy, confessing to the shooting at the park.
Wow, that Amy, she's really helping everybody out right now. Thank God for that.
And in another email, Amy admits to stabbing Carrie 2 to 3 times and putting her in a trash bag. And they were like, okay, this sounds great, but we can't arrest Amy because we need more information that only the killer would know. Like, so sorry, we can't do anything about it. So she goes, okay, hold my beer. Let me give you some more stuff.
Hold my beer. I got this.
Let me give you some more.
Oh, don't you worry,
like,
bitch.
Oh, that totally makes sense that you can't incriminate. You know what? Let me give you some stuff I have. So she forwarded more emails where Amy said Carrie had been stabbed in her car and her body was wrapped in a tarp, then later burned and put in a garbage.
I'm so glad Amy is so stupid that she would just type all this out.
She's just like, hey, by the way,
this email, love Amy. Love Amy. Little hearts. I'm picturing
Also,
like a little, and like, you know, she takes her like gel pen, she prints all this shit out, and takes her gel pen and signs it.
Puts a
little heart. XOXO.
It just makes you go like,
you are stupid.
Did you really think that the police are going to be like, how were you just chatting with her through email and she was just like, oh, by the way, I did this?
Like how? She
what?
What? Yeah, no. That's not how the world works. I fucking can't.
So investigators re-examined the car for a third time. Now this time they pulled back the passenger seating, like the padding, and it showed bloodstains. Now, why you wouldn't have done that prior, it just seems...
Oh, they're just batting 1,000. Thank God Amy's
and it was revealed
via email.
They revealed the blood was Carrie's. So it was at this point that she knew she fucked up. So they got a search warrant for Liz's home and they found items that belonged to Carrie, including a digital camera and camcorder.
How did she get those?
I mean, when she killed her, she probably just grabbed it from the car.
Why would you keep a digital camera and a camcorder? I'm sorry.
Yeah,
okay, keep going.
After, Dave also revealed he had a tablet that he had lent Liz in his storage unit. And he's like, oh, let me give that to you.
Thanks.
Upon viewing the SIM card, they found a photo of a decomposing human foot with a tattoo.
What? No. Why?
And the tattoo matched Carrie's.
No. Why?
The one that Carrie had.
Why?
Yeah, why would you take that?
Why?
It's so weird.
Why? I don't know. No. I don't like it. No.
So, Liz was, of course, arrested.
Thank God.
I mean,
I get it.
So, December 2016, she was charged with first-degree murder, and her trial began in 2017. So the prosecution showed how she was super jealous, and this was all because, again, Dave had chosen Carrie over her because he was kind of dipping a little bit, but again, if you're casually dating...
It don't matter.
Whatever.
Deal with it. Be a grown-ass fucking woman. I can't.
They said it was at the apartment where she probably ambushed Carrie because, again, Carrie came out after Dave, then stabbed her in her vehicle. And then she spent years impersonating her and attacking anyone connected to Dave.
So, what's her name? Elizabeth? No, what's her name?
Liz. Liz is what she goes by.
Liz
yeah.
was the one texting like we should move in together right now.
Yes.
So what did wait. So what did this bitch think was gonna happen when what if he said, yeah, sure, bring all your shit. Can't wait. See you tonight. I want pot roast. Like, what did she think was gonna fucking happen?
I don't know.
Can somebody call her? Don't you know her number? Like, call her. Is she in jail? Is she dead? What's wrong with her?
She is in jail. Okay. So I mean, you could probably message her, but I don't know if I'd want to.
I think I want to know. Like, you don't think you
but
don't want to know?
She would be the one to freaking stalk people, because.
Well, yeah.
Like she would be that.
But I really want to know
So
what she thought was going to fucking happen.
I mean,
Why?
she clearly thought that her telling them, hey, these emails came from his ex-girlfriend.
Guys.
Telling her how she... Like,
Guys.
she thought that would work.
Hold my beer.
So, the case relied on really circumstantial and digital evidence because Carrie's body was never found. Liz waived her right to a jury.
Idiot.
So the judge found her guilty of first-degree murder and sentenced her to life. She was also sentenced to second-degree arson for burning her own house down.
All those fucking animals.
With all her pets in there?
Oh, I fucking hate this bitch.
Mm-hmm.
As
if you needed
her.
another reason to dislike her.
No, she can suck.
And she was
cock.
given a sentence of 18 to 20 years to be served consecutively, so she's never fucking getting out.
That's not enough. Not enough.
Well, she's already in there for life. The arson was just tacked on.
Still not enough.
No. To this day, Liz has maintained her innocence, and she claims she was framed.
By Amy, obviously.
God, Amy would totally... Her appeals were, of course, denied.
Thank God.
Because...
You're a piece of shit.
Yeah. There is a scholarship the police established in Carrie's name at a local community college to preserve her good name, considering that everyone thought she was a psycho for 3 fucking years. And there is a documentary called Lover, Stalker, Killer on Netflix if you would like to hear this story. Because I think that's where I first saw this. And then I saw YouTube, Call Me Chris, did this as a deep dive for true crime. And I was like, the fuck?
That's fucked.
So, yeah. So this is fucked. That's what this is.
Wow. Yeah.
Fucked up. You fucked up.
You fucked up. Like, how far down the rabbit hole? Like, how much Kool-Aid did this bitch drink? I don't get it.
And it's funny because, you know, as you started to get that face of like, this is too convenient.
Yes.
I feel like everybody at the start was also like,
a little too serendipitous.
I have a feeling it's going to turn into, and it does.
Yes, that was.
So there you go. That's Cray.
That is Cray. That is Cray. Thank you for telling us that ridiculous bullshit.
It was a pleasure.
It was phenomenal reporting. But I feel dumber for having to hear of that woman's stupidity. Does that make sense? Yes, like
as I read what her thought process was, I also felt dumber. So
yeah,
you know what?
Good.
I'm right with you.
Not good, but good. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm covering a conspiracy that I think is crazy. And it's something that I've heard a bunch of times, and I just really am like, dude, for real, like, cray. So I am covering the Denver International Airport. And we're gonna, yeah, okay. So its official little code is like DEN, but I'm gonna refer to it as DIA throughout. So just be prepared. It was opened February 28th of 1995. It is located in Denver, Colorado. But it's super funny because it's closer to Aurora, Colorado than it is to the center of Denver, Colorado. Still in Denver, whatever. The size is 33,531 acres. So that makes it the largest airport in the U.S., as well as the largest in the Western Hemisphere by land area. And it is the second largest airport on Earth behind King Fahd International Airport. I should have Googled where that is. Anyway.
It's okay.
It was estimated to be built for $2 billion. And the final cost ballooned to $4.8 billion. So they went over budget $2.8 billion. They more than doubled what it was supposed to be. And that's really important. It currently serves 27 airlines, providing nonstop service to 231 destinations, all throughout the Americas, Europe, and Asia. And it was the 4th airport in the U.S. to exceed 200 destinations. Whoa. In 2024, DIA set an all-time passenger record with 82,358,744 passengers served in a consecutive year.
Oh.
Now let's get to the conspiracies.
That's a lot.
Yeah, no, it's crazy. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to talk about it. So the first thing people usually bring up is that if you look at the airport from like an aerial perspective, people say the shape of the airport, so like the runways and everything else, is in the shape of like a swastika.
Huh.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, there's a picture on the drive, and it has like the red mark. It's not like a true swastika. Like, it's off center. Like, you really have to kind of look at it if like the red line isn't there to be like, yeah, okay, I get it. And now this could definitely just be written off as an oversight, a mistake. Like, you know, this is how it ended up looking and nobody really thought about it. But considering everything else that I'm going to talk about, it's a little fishy. So then there's the dedication capstone and time capsule that they created when they made the Denver airport. So let's start with the capstone. It prominently features the Masonic crest. So that's the square and compass. So the square is like the ruler that bends to make like a right angle or whatever angle you need. And then the compass is that like metal thing that like you put the pencil in and then you spin it and it makes a perfect circle.
Yes.
Okay. So those two go together. And then there's a G in the middle of it. And it's a very specific Masonic crest. So the square and compass, the meaning behind this symbol is just that. The square represents morality of the Freemasons, the need to, quote, square their actions by the square of virtue with all of mankind. It's like one of their things. The compass then measures the ability to wisely conduct actions within certain boundaries. So in other words, together the square and compass remind Freemasons to explore their desires and passions without stepping outside the realms of moral behavior. Then the G in the middle, some say it just stands for God or geometry, which would make sense. But others believe it represents the word gnosis, which does start with the G, Gnosis, meaning the knowledge of spiritual mysteries, which is a huge component of the Freemasons. You know, the further up you get in their system, it's like they give you all these secrets and you know more about the world and like all these secret societies and shit. Others think that the G is meant to be the ancient Hebrew numerical value of 3, which again is referenced when you're talking about God, and throughout the years, you know, Father, Son, Holy Ghost, or things happen in 3s, like, and unfortunately, this is something, like, the Freemasons is something I could go on and on and on about for days. Like, we could do a whole podcast just on that. So that's where I'm going to cut it off. But people definitely take that Freemason sign and they're like, secret society. Like, that's what's going through people's heads. Like, which I'm going to talk a little bit more about. Then at the bottom, they list, quote, New World Airport Commission. And then they list the members of this New World Airport Commission as the people who supported DIA being constructed. Now, what fuels this part of the conspiracy is that there's no actual New World Airport Commission. It's not a thing. Never has been a thing. So this starts the theory of the airport is controlled by the Freemasons. It is somehow linked to the New World Order. Okay. So now the New World Order. Oh, quick sidebar. The capsule isn't supposed to be open until 2029. And I'm kind of annoyed that we won't get to see it. But, like, all that's in there is, like, a credit card and, like, dumb shit. Like, there's some, like, trinkets in there. There's shoes from the mayor that was, like, when it was first built. Like, shit like that. It's dumb. So now, on to the New World Order. Do you know what the New World Order is? And I'm not talking about the wrestling New World Order, which is Hulk Hogan, Scott Hall, and Kevin Nash. Not them. I
was going to say, unless you're talking about the New World, then no,
not them.
I don't know a lot. I've heard, I don't know a lot.
Okay.
Because every time my mind goes to wrestling.
Yeah, I figured, and that's why I put that in there. So now the New World Order is the Illuminati. It is an interchangeable name for the Illuminati. For for those who need a definition or an explanation of the Illuminati, it is a conspiracy that there's a secretive global elite that is working towards establishing a single centralized world government that will ultimately strip people of their liberties and consolidate power to the very top.
Huh. Very interesting.
Yeah, so not only am I telling an awesome conspiracy, it's very good for the time that we're living in. With the fucking Cheeto. Anyway. Because of its isolated location, there were rumors that the airport could/will be used by the New World Order as a prison or concentration camp. Moving on. So now, add this is all, like, I tried to make it as concise as possible, but, like, we're kind of all over. We're going to start getting all over the place. So, with all of that in mind, a claim was made that the delay of the opening and massive overspending was because there is a vast underground network of tunnels and bunkers that were constructed under the airport. Now, these tunnels and bunkers these are all the thoughts of what it could be. Obviously, it is the headquarters of the New World Order, the Freemasons, whatever secret society you want to throw in there. It is currently housing government officials and global elites who are building up to this New World Order in whatever way. Also, if there was a natural disaster, this is where we would house the government officials and the global elite who would then restart the world once the disaster is over. Think the show Paradise. Okay. Another is that the tunnels are connected to a larger network leading to military installations like NORAD or the Cheyenne Mountain Complex, which is also a very well-known military facility in that area. Also, that the airport itself is just a secret government facility that is doing crazy testing underground, and the airport is to hide it. Now, if you want to get a little crazier, the lizard people live down there, which we'll talk about a little bit more later. Or, obviously, my favorite, it's an alien hub.
I mean,
okay,
it's got to be.
Obviously. So the evidence for this is that multiple contractors were hired and then mysteriously fired and replaced during the construction. So the theory is that the architects and the people, the government who was building the airport, didn't want the right hand to know what the left hand was doing. So, like, we're going to bring in people to build it to a certain spot and then stop, hire another, kind of like H.H. Holmes. We're going to keep replacing our contractors so nobody actually knows what's going on.
What's going on.
Now, the tunnels are real. Like, there are tunnels under the Denver airport. Unfortunately, they serve a practical purpose, and that is for operation. So there are trains that carry passengers to and from different parts of the concourse, and there is a long, defunct automated baggage system under there. So that way you can get, like, the bags from the check-in to your airplane, and it be efficient. But I guess it wasn't that efficient because they stopped using it.
Oh.
Now, there's a lot of weird art in the airport. So first, there is the Apocalyptic Murals by Leo Tangamo. So it's a 3-paneled mural titled, quote, "Children of the World Dream of Peace." Okay. So now in the first part of this mural, there's a soldier. Some say he's a Nazi, but he's wearing a gas mask so you don't see his face, like one of those, like, legit, like, old World War II gas masks with, like, the thing in the front. He has a gun and a sword, and his sword is impaling a dove.
Okay.
It also projects the destruction of cities, and all around it are children who are, like, crying and dying, basically. People and children are dying.
What a great art piece.
The second panel shows the impending disasters brought on by climate change. dead children in coffins, and burning forests. The final panel shows all the children from all ethnicities smiling and happy and standing on top of the soldier as though you have toppled the horribleness and everything's fine. Mm-hmm. So critics argue that this mural represents hope overcoming war. But conspiracists say this is the warning of the New World Order's prophecy.
Okay.
In 2018, as part of the preparation for a large-scale remodel of the terminal where this in, the murals were removed and put into storage. So you don't really see them anymore, but other people just say, yeah, they're hiding it because it's the depiction of the end of the world and they don't want us to know about it. So that's fun.
Yeah.
The next piece of art is a statue. It's called the Mustang, but it is lovingly referred to as Blucifer.
It's the blue horse.
The blue horse.
I was like, is this
yes.
that? This is
it is a 32-foot tall blue Mustang sculpture with glowing red eyes. Mm-hmm. He is regularly described as cursed or demonic. Some crazy things that have happened with this specific statue is that it killed its creator.
Yes, I do know that.
So Luis Jimenez, a section of as they were installing it, a section of the statue fell and severed an artery in his leg, and he bled out. The glowing red eyes and aggressive stance give it a very sinister appearance, and theorists think it's symbolic of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. Others say that it is the spot where there is a door for people to go underground into the tunnels where the headquarters for the Mason or the NWO or both or something completely different. That's how you get down there, or one of the ways that you can get down there.
Okay.
Now to play devil's advocate and tell you what actually happened or what they want you to believe happened, depending on how conspiracy-ish you want to be about this. It said that the glowing red eyes were dedicated to the artist's father because at one point in his life he owned a neon shop, a neon sign company. So that's why there are neon red eyes in it. The blue is inspired by the artist's actual horse, who was a blue roan Appaloosa. So one night, this is really cute, I saw this thing. One night, the artist woke up and heard like a shuffling in their house and was like, what the fuck is going on? And went downstairs. Somehow his horse got into the house and was like standing in his kitchen like, what the fuck do you want? So that's kind of what it was inspired by if you heard the artist talk about it. But, you know, go with God. There was a 22-foot sculpture of Anubis. So Anubis is the ancient Egyptian god of death. The piece was erected in June of 2010, and it was a way to advertise that the Denver Art Museum was hosting the traveling King Tut exhibit.
Okay, so
once King Tut left Denver, the piece was removed. But people still remember, hey, they had the god of death at the Denver airport. And finally, there are the Notre Denver. So these are 2, quote, luggage gargoyles. They are found in the east and west baggage claim areas. And these creatures are perched in Samsonite suitcases. So now most people see gargoyles and think, again, demons. Why are the demons watching us at baggage claim? So Terry Adams, the artist, says these creatures are there to protect all they oversee and are not supposed to be scary and demonic. They're actually supposed to scare away the bad luck you would get while you're traveling in Denver.
I like that.
I love the idea of it. I don't know either way. You know, it's weird that you have all these random bits and bobs in this airport. Okay. This to me is the most outlandish. So the reptilians, or the lizard people that they say live underground. So one theory is that you have a subterranean shape-shifting reptile race living in the tunnels. They come up during the day. When they come up, they transform into human workers. And then at the end of the day, they disappear and go back underground. So the whole airport is being run by these lizard people. The evidence is some blurry videos that have appeared online. They say that there's weird drawing in the tunnels that they say could be the reptilian language or even alien languages, which I'm going to get to. And I do want to note that employees have admitted to wearing lizard masks and pranking media because they're like, fuck it.
I like that.
Let's be lizard people. Yeah. If you're going to tell me they're here, we'll be it. And then just, I'm going to throw in my favorite. Obviously, we all know this is the most probable out of all of this.
I mean, of course.
It is an alien hub. And that the aliens, this is my favorite. This is my absolute favorite. The aliens told the government where to put this airport. In the movie Close Encounters of the Third Kind, there's a set of coordinates that is given. So Steven Spielberg has this information, and somehow it came from the aliens, and they told them where to put this. And it was the exact location for where the Denver airport has been made now. Spoiler alert, it is not. The coordinates are in Denver, but it has nothing to do with
It has
nothing to do with DIA. But that was a fun one that I read. Like, you know, these coordinates and Close Encounters of the Third Kind was given to Steven Spielberg, who then gave it to the government because the aliens told him to tell the government to build this airport so they would have a hub, and that the aliens are working with the government.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like it. Sure.
And then there's some evidence for both aliens or reptilians, or both at the same time. There are unusual markings and symbols that are seen throughout the airport. People have said they've heard weird noises coming from the tunnels. But, yeah. Fun. So, with all of this conspiracy talk, the marketing team at DIA has begun to lean into it.
Of course.
So now there are...
Why not?
Why not? So there was a huge campaign at one point with posters around the airport that featured aliens, the lizard people, the Illuminati eye, with quotes saying, "Are we hiding something? You betcha. Construction or a secret underground tunnel for the lizard people?" The airport says it's, quote, "having fun with the rumors, but theorists think it's just a misdirection." So, like, this is actually happening, but they want to fuck with you and gaslight you, basically. So, I don't really know what to do with it. I feel all of this, like, each of these theories is crazy in and of itself, but when you throw it all together, you're like, who put the blender on, guys? Like, did we just, like, do a Mad Libs and say Denver Airport, throw it all together? I mean, I don't know. What's your favorite theory? Do any of these make sense to anybody out there? Let me know on social media, because it's just cray. To me, this is the epitome of cray.
It's a lot.
It is a lot.
You're right. It's like you're trying to make a recipe and you throw everything in and you're like, all right, this will be great. And you're like, this didn't turn out great. So it can't be all of them. Maybe one.
Maybe one. Maybe two. Maybe one or two. Maybe it is the Freemasons or the Illuminati, and they did make that mural for the end of the world to give us a heads up, because they thought, you know, why the fuck not? Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe in 2025, someone's going to be looking at that going, hey, remember that when we said this was a conspiracy?
Yeah. Maybe when they release the Epstein files, it'll have all the information of this, too. Anyway.
Maybe those are in the tunnels.
Maybe they hid them in the tunnels in some government bunker that we're not supposed to know about.
Yep.
Thank you. Wait, what did I learn? I learned that if you're going to kill somebody and then stalk their ex because you're pissed off about it, maybe don't use your own IP shit. Maybe get a burner phone. Maybe don't be stupid. Maybe call us so we can give you an alibi, and then we can call the police and turn you in because, oh, bitch, I'm turning you in.
Right.
Yeah.
I learned that there's a lot of stuff going on in the tunnels of the Denver airport.
Apparently. Thanks, guys, so much for joining us for another fun-filled week of crazy that is Death Before Booze. If you want to get any of our sources or any pictures, because there's a ton of pictures from the Denver airport. I know Jen provided a bunch of pictures too. Or see any of our sources, feel free to go to our website, deathbeforebooze.com. If you're all caught up and want more crazy information, go to our Patreon that you can get from our website. Want to buy some merch? Go ahead. I do know times are tough. So does Jen. So what really helps us out is joining our social media, Instagram and Facebook. Like, review, subscribe on all the things, Spotify and Apple. If you do reviews there, it also really helps us. Make sure you're sharing all of our content because that helps us. And we just want to keep reaching out and hitting more people. So that's about it. Feel free to message us, and we love you so much. We'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Love you guys. Bye.